Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today, honestly, I'm just gonna rant. I'm just gonna go on a rant, and it's about Star Wars fans. It's just about the fandom in general, like all of you. You listening to this right now, this is about you, personally. No, well, kind of. Okay, so, episode 6 of the Book of Boba Fett came out, and, you know, watching it, I got really excited. I was really happy with it. I acknowledge, hey, Boba Fett's not really in this whole lot. If you want to see my full thoughts, I did a review of it. And I guess I kind of knew that this was going to happen. I think I even said so in my review, where there's going to be some people out there that are still upset Boba Fett didn't show up, or they're still upset about something. I don't know, because Luke Skywalker showed up, I guess. So, I kind of had the instinct that this was gonna happen, but, it's been a full 24 hours now since that episode dropped, and, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, probably too much time on Twitter, and maybe that's really the source of my issue here, and in my rant about fans. But man, the episodes of TV, or the entries in this franchise that you think are going to be pretty universally loved because it's giving you and so many other people a lot of the things that you wanted to see and a lot of the stuff that you didn't expect to see, all in one episode. You would think that, like, okay, this is just gonna be a great time. This is just gonna be like an awesome thing. You're gonna log on to, take your social media, right? And it's all gonna be like just great, awesome people like talking about how excited they are, and obviously there are still some criticisms. Like I said, I fully acknowledge the Boba Fett thing, right? Like, yeah, it's kind of weird. He's not in here, like structurally from a storytelling thing. But man, some people are just pissed off for several reasons, or they're just mocking the show, or they're mocking the fans who enjoyed this episode. How dare they? Boba Fett's not even in it. The structure of the show is stupid. Liking this show is dumb. I've seen people post images of, dangling keys in front of a baby, saying like, ooh, look, a shiny thing. This is you fans who liked this episode. You're just clapping for the shiny thing because they mentioned a thing you like. Basically breaking down anyone who enjoyed this last episode, because it's a lot of stuff they wanted to see, down to infants who would just clap for anything. Very snobby, if I gotta say myself. And I just posted this on Twitter, by the way. And look, this rant is not gonna be structured very well, kind of like the show, maybe. So I'm gonna go off on tangents and go in and out. So mindless rambling. If you're not here for that, click away now. Anyways, yeah, I posted this on Twitter just the other day. No, this morning. Man, it's early in the morning for me. Ugh. Anyways, I posted this on Twitter this morning, where basically I was like, look, it feels sometimes, and to be honest, most of the time, like you can break down the entire fandom, everyone, literally everyone in the box, right? You can break down the entire fandom into either you're a man baby who does not want to be challenged, and you don't want to think, and you don't want anything new, and you want everything to be exactly how it was years ago, or you're a very snobby person who thinks that you know better than everyone else, and anyone who enjoys fan service is just clapping because they recognized a thing, and they're not as intellectual as me. That's my snobby voice, by the way. That's what I imagine they all sound like. And it's like, I am irritated so much by both of these personality types, and now I feel like, if anything, I've just become a third option, where now I'm just cranky and grumpy about, I was like, I hate all of you, I don't know. I feel like I've become like the old curmudgeon, just like, nah, get off my lawn, you damn Star Wars fans. I don't know. And the reason I'm making this rant really is because I saw the episode and I was so happy and so excited, and I was like just cheering on, and and then I went on with my day. I had to go to work and do all my stuff, and every once in a while I would check Twitter. I'd be like, all right, let's see what's happening out here. And if you follow me on Twitter, I posted a lot yesterday because I could feel all of that positive energy and all that excitement and all that awesome feeling just get drained out of me because I was seeing nothing but complaining, like just complaining about anything, I guess, in this episode. It's like, why wasn't this in here? Isn't this called the Book of Boba Fett? CGI Luke looks stupid. What this and that. I'm like, guys, I don't know. It's like acknowledge your complaints, say your piece, right? But I don't know, when you read the same complaint for the 42nd time in a row, it gets to you. It's like, okay, shut the fuck up. I get it. It's just the truth. It's like, yes, there's flaws. Yes, there's weird stuff going on with the show narratively and pacing and structure wise. Like, okay, it's very strange decisions. But I don't know. I feel like you only need to see that thing. Only like 3 or 4 of you need to say that, and we all agree on it. And it's like, okay, we acknowledge that. But anyways, what other thoughts do we have? But then you see like the same. It's just like people are just parroting ideas off each other. People saw a post, they said, I agree with that, I'm gonna make my own post that is essentially saying the same thing. And then you see that 50 times, and it's like, okay, I have to mute like half of you or block half of you or something, because can we talk about all the cool fun stuff that was in the episode? Can we talk about, someone please talk about that? And that's just what it feels like. It feels like, especially on places like Twitter, a narrative gets written down and large groups of people say, okay, that's the narrative, I'm gonna make a post just like that. I'm not gonna talk about all the fun stuff and all the cool stuff because that won't get the likes. I'm gonna just use the exact same complaints and criticisms I saw that other person post. I don't know. It's exhausting, It's really exhausting. And by the way, real quick, I was gonna say this up front. I am not talking about the YouTube grifters and their usual shtick where like anything that Disney puts out sucks and algorithm baiting and all that stuff. I'm not talking about those people. I don't consider those people opinions to be real opinions. I'm talking about just the casual Star Wars fans or like the Star Wars accounts and the Star Wars Twitter accounts and the podcast Star Wars accounts and anyone who could be fit into those two categories, which it just seems like is pretty much everybody. You're either this man baby who doesn't want to change, or you're just some snob who's like, you can't impress me with your Luke Skywalker. It's like, Jesus, guys. I don't know. I'm just ranting, like I said. It's mindless ranting. But my other thing about this is that like we still have one episode left, and it's not impossible that like this last episode ties everything together neatly in a bow. The show's not done yet, but everyone is kind of acting as if the show is done. And I agree it's strange, but like, man, we Star Wars fans, and I've done this myself, but we have like this tendency to take the current situation where we're at and act as if the people at Lucasfilm or the writers like John and Dave or whoever are unaware of this. You know what I mean? Like, for example, what I mean is like the last 2 episodes have barely featured Boba Fett in the Boba Fett show, and everyone makes the same criticism as if it's this like dawning of an idea that no one else has realized. As if John and Dave did not realize that this was happening. They wrote it this way, and if you trust them, they probably wrote it this way for a reason. Let's wait until the last episode comes out. Let's see what happens, because they're fully aware of what they did here. It wasn't an accident. Some people act as if they accidentally forgot Boba Fett. You know, they accidentally called this the Boba Fett show. No, guys, they wrote the show exactly this way that they intended. Just let it play out. You know, they had a reason for doing this. You know, it wasn't nothing. I don't know. And maybe it all boils down to, you know, what I assume is like, it's, you know, this is all set up for Mando season 3 and Boba Fett's getting pushed out his own show. But it's like, but maybe it's not. Maybe this all culminates in everything happening for Boba Fett. Hell, the next episode, which could be another hour-long episode, maybe it's nothing but Boba Fett. Maybe now that we have all of this other stuff out of the way, we get pure Boba Fett. You know? And then everyone can, you know, we can still talk about how weirdly structured it was, but everyone can stop complaining, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. There's not really a solution here. I don't really have like any kind of solution to like, here's why people should stop talking. Maybe the solution is me just getting on Twitter less a little bit, you know, because my thing is that it feels like we had 4 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett where one side of the fandom was hating on the show so much. They're like, it's boring, it's slow moving, there's not enough action and badassery. And then the other side of the fandom during these 4 episodes was like, well, actually this is studying Boba Fett's character and his character growth, and it's all about the tribes and the Tusken Raiders and you know, and like their whole depiction in this franchise and all this other stuff, right? And I was down for that. I was so down for all this stuff. It's like, okay, it's great, it's interesting, this is Boba Fett's story. And episode 5 and 6 happened, and it's, you know, we definitely like drifted away from Boba Fett's story a lot. Like, he was barely in those episodes, right? And I fully acknowledge how weird that is, but the story that we did get is also really interesting and fascinating and fun, and there's lots of action. And then it's like the narrative completely flipped. The side that was complaining is now the side that's cheering on the show, saying like, yes, this is awesome, this is everything we wanted. And then the show that was, and then the part that was the fandom part that was loving what we were doing is now like, no, this show's lost all focus, this show sucks now, it's horrible. You know, we did such a drastic flip-flop of like who's complaining and who's loving it so quickly, and it feels like there's so very few people on the internet who can just be in this middle place where it's like, okay, I liked what they were doing before, but I do acknowledge there wasn't a whole lot of action, and it was kind of slow, but I did like it. And then episode 5 and 6 happened. It's like, okay, this has given me all of the, you know, exciting cameos and the action that I wanted, but I do acknowledge there's not a lot of Boba Fett in the Boba Fett show. You know, and I feel like it's okay to be in this middle place where it's like, I like what you're doing, but there's things happening here that like, okay, it's kind of weird. And then they reversed. They, you know, like, it's like all the issues in the show completely reversed to the opposite version of it. And so the opposite version of the fandom, you know, loved it or hated it. And it's like, I don't know why there are so many people, and again, maybe it's just because I'm on Twitter and that's how Twitter is, I don't know, but it feels like there's so many people that live on these extremes. You know, everything has to be either this nostalgic trip that's full of action and badass moments, or you're the snob and everything has to be this highly intellectual, thought out character piece where things are really gonna take their time and slow down, and there's gonna be no action at all. You know, and it's like, we can acknowledge the problems with both of those extremes, right? And we can just live in the middle where it's like, this is what we should be aiming for. Give me the character thoughtful study with lots of slow moments where they're talking and you get to know this person. But every once in a while, I would like to see Boba Fett, you know, shoot a person or something, do something, right? Because he is basically an action figure. Do some action, you know? I don't know. So it's I don't know. Again, just ranting. I've been ranting for 15 minutes now, but I guess I would just like to see more people be in the middle here, acknowledge the flaws, acknowledge the criticisms, but also be like, okay, but also there was a lot of great things here that we can talk about that too. We don't have to just post and repost and like, and you know, and maybe this is the Twitter algorithm kind of working against me, where I will follow someone who didn't like the show, and what ends up happening is that person likes and retweets a whole bunch of other posts about people who also didn't like the show. And so next thing I know, on my timeline is filled with nothing but people dogpiling on the thing that I really enjoyed, you know? And it's like, I already blocked all the people who hate things all the time. Do I have to mute and block the people who hate things when they're fun? You know, like what happened here? Do I just need to stop? I just need to block everyone? I'm gonna end up blocking everyone by the end of this, and I'm gonna be the sole Star Wars fan in my own little bubble, in my own little universe, being like, I am the only one who knows about this franchise. No one else knows about it. No one else is talking about it because I have blocked everyone. I don't know. That's all I'm trying to say is, like, you know, I want everyone to kind of find this middle ground, you know, where it's like Boba Fett first 4 episodes were cool and interesting, but not very exciting. And then these last 2 episodes were really exciting and gave me all the goodies, right? All the fan servicey, like, awesome stuff. And I really love that stuff. But I do acknowledge, hey, it feels like this show's just a different show now. And that's okay, right? Like, I'm sure it's part of the plan. And I hope it is, right? Like, there's still an episode left. I don't know why I would act as if I know what's happening in the last episode, because I don't. So, you know, maybe I won't overreact on Twitter and post the same joke for the 600th time so someone can see that on their timeline again. Anyways, I don't know. That's all I gotta say. That's my big rant. I feel like I've been holding this in for like the last, you know, not even just this last episode, but since episode 5. So it's really been like a full week that I've been holding in like this like frustration with fans doing their thing on the internet. And that's just my other thing, and I've been saying this for years. You know, Star Wars fans have always made me more annoyed than the franchise has ever made me. You know, you could take the most controversial sequel trilogy decision, and that has never bothered me as much as the fans have. You know, the fans have always bothered me much more with the things they choose to say and do and repeat over and over again. So I don't know. It's just it's maybe everyone is just overreacting a lot on both sides. You know, and I know that I hate that word, both sides, but yeah. People who were hating the first 4 episodes, maybe you're overreacting, and you should just wait until the show's over. And people who are now overreacting about 5 and 6 and like, get back to Boba Fett, maybe just wait until the show's over. We got another episode. I'm confident that John and Dave didn't do all this for no reason. Okay, and hey, maybe they did. Maybe this has nothing to do with Boba Fett, but there'll be another show. I don't know. It's okay. Calm down. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. I'm rambling now. All right. Yeah. Let me know what you think about, you know, other fans and yourselves and Twitter. And I just maybe I just need to not look at it as much, or just mute and block the right people. Maybe I've been following some of the wrong people who are just being extra annoying right now. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.